Known for his role in the General Hospital spin-off Port Charles, David Gail has died, and his sister shared her heartbreak about his loss. Find out about Gail, who also starred on Beverly Hills 90,210, many other TV shows and movies, and keep reading to learn what his sister shared. From the world of primetime TV to the universe of soap operas, mourning has begun for David Gail. The actor, who died at age 58, starred in the General Hospital spin-off Port Charles, per E! News. The cause of Gail's death remains unknown. In addition to Port Charles, the actor starred on Savannah and ER. But many best remember David for his role as Stuart Carson on Beverly Hills 90,210 and other shows of that era. But the actor's sister focused on what Gail meant to her. And after confirming the actor's death at age 58, she shared her heartbreak in an Instagram post. The Port Charles actor's sister, Katie Colmenares, posted a pic of David hugging her, and she wrote in her Instagram caption, "There's barely been even a day in my life when you were not with me by my side. Always my wingman, always my best friend. Ready to face anything and anyone with me." And Katie added, "I will hold you so tight every day in my heart. You gorgeous, loving, amazing, fierce human being. Missing you every second of every day forever. There will never be another." Originally from Tampa, Florida, Gail first appeared on the small screen in 1990, and the actor made his TV debut in an episode of Growing Pains. But that proved just the start to David's quickly soaring career, and Gail subsequently appeared on shows such as Doogie Howser MD, with Neil Patrick Harris and Murder, She Wrote with the late Angela Lansbury. But Beverly Hills 90,210 gave David two opportunities to shine. And after the actor's debut on the show in 1991, playing a hotel bellhop named Tom, Gail returned to the series in 1994. He portrayed a recurring character named Stuart, a love interest of Shannon Doherty's character Brenda Walsh, and the two come close to eloping, but they ultimately parted. And Gail appeared a few years ago on a podcast in which he praised the experience. "Shannon was great," recalled the actor on the Beverly Hills 90,210 show podcast in 2021. "We got along great and had a really good relationship, and he remembered the first kiss we had on set. The kiss was great, but I was so nervous." The actor then moved to the role of Dean Collins on the drama series Savannah, before portraying Dr. Joe Scanlon on Port Charles between 1999 and 2000. And Gail starred on other TV shows, including ER and JG. However, the actor also appeared in films. For instance, David took a role in the 2002 romantic comedy, Bending All the Rules with Bradley Cooper and Colleen Porch. And his final role on screen came in the 2008 horror film, The Belly of the Beast. Tell us what you think. Do you remember watching David Gail in Port Charles? And after you share your thoughts, check back on our site for more General Hospital news. Hollywood is mourning the loss of another beloved face from television's golden era. David Gail, best known for his role as Dr. Joe Scanlon on the General Hospital spin-off Port Charles and for not one, but two unforgettable roles on Beverly Hills 90,210, has died at the age of 58. His passing has sent waves of sorrow through both the soap opera community and the fans who followed his career across decades. Though Gail had taken a step back from the spotlight in recent years, his legacy remains brightly lit in the hearts of fans who remember his performances as layered, passionate, and deeply human. His ability to shift from the sweetness of a romantic lead to the edge of a troubled outsider showed a remarkable range, one that earned him devoted followers from Port Charles to Beverly Hills. News of Gail's death was confirmed by his family on Saturday, leaving fans stunned and heartbroken. The cause of death was not immediately revealed, and many in the industry have chosen to respect the family's wishes for privacy during this painful time. But the silence surrounding the circumstances only heightened the emotional response from fans who had grown up watching him. Tributes have flooded social media, with hashtags like #RIPGail and #PortCharlesLegend trending as people shared clips, memories, and heartfelt messages about how his characters shaped their adolescence. Co-stars from Port Charles, General Hospital, and 90,210 expressed their shock and sorrow, praising his warm personality and dedication to his craft. David was a deeply kind soul, a joy to work with, one former castmate posted. He always had a smile on set, even during the long days. This is such a loss. David Gale's most iconic role came in the late 90s when he was cast as Dr. Joe Scanlon on Port Charles, the Gothic medical spin-off of General Hospital. Gale's Joe was a complicated character, a kind-hearted physician who became entwined in some of the soap's wildest plots, including vampire storylines, supernatural possessions, and dramatic love triangles. He joined the series in 1999, stepping into the role after another actor's departure, and managed to make Joe completely his own. Gail gave the character layers that audiences clung to: vulnerability beneath the confidence, strength beneath the pain. He portrayed a man who could save lives in the hospital while barely holding his own personal life together. Gail's chemistry with co-star Mary Wilson, who played Karen Wexler, was electric. Their character's love story became one of the show's emotional anchors, filled with soaring highs and devastating lows. Fans shipped Joe and Karen hard, and when their romance faced supernatural forces and real-life tragedy, it was Gail's raw emotion that pulled viewers in week after week. Despite Port Charles being cancelled in 2003, Gail's portrayal of Joe Scanlon remained etched in fans' memories. His work on the show helped elevate it from just a General Hospital spin-off to a cult favorite in its own right. Long before he walked the haunted halls of Port Charles General Hospital, David Gale had already carved out a place in pop culture with not one, but two roles on the 90s teen drama Beverly Hills 90,210. While many actors dream of making an impression on a hit show, Gale did it twice, a rare feat that speaks volumes about his talent and screen presence. In Season 4, he appeared as Tom Miller, a young man working in the fashion industry who crossed paths with Kelly Taylor. He was suave and mysterious, exuding a cool detachment that caught viewers' attention. While his role was relatively brief, Gale made such a splash that the producers brought him back, this time as a completely new character. Enter Stuart Carson, the wealthy and volatile fiancé of Brenda Walsh, played by Shannon Doherty. In Season 4, Stuart was the son of a powerful business tycoon, and his whirlwind romance with Brenda set off a series of fiery confrontations and dramatic moments that made for unforgettable television. Their relationship was intense, fast-moving, and ultimately doomed, but it gave fans some of the most emotionally charged scenes of the season. Gale's portrayal of Stuart was layered and intense. One moment he was charming and sincere, the next he was controlling and explosive. He brought an unpredictability to the role that made it clear Brenda was in over her head. It was a performance that drew both admiration and frustration from fans, which is exactly what great acting does. It makes you feel something. While Gail may not have been a household name like some of his co-stars, his work was consistently excellent. He appeared in numerous TV shows throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, including ER, Murder, She Wrote, Savannah, and Robin's Hoods. His versatility meant he could easily jump from the procedural intensity of a medical drama to the suspense of a crime series or the glamour of a soap. He never seemed to chase the limelight the way others did. Instead, he quietly built a resume filled with quality work and memorable roles. He had the face of a heartthrob, but he carried himself like a character actor, always looking for depth in his performances. That rare combination made him a favorite of both casting directors and viewers. Even after stepping away from acting, Gale never lost touch with his fans. He appeared at conventions, participated in interviews reflecting on his time in soaps, and remained gracious about the love he received for roles he had played decades ago. There was a humility about him. He seemed genuinely surprised and grateful that people still cared. Though fans knew him as Joe Scanlon, Stuart Carson, or Tom Miller, those who worked with him remembered David Gale as something more: a loyal friend, a gentle soul, and someone who lit up the room without trying too hard.